lights go green. Metal beasts on gasoline. Pedal down, no turning back. Feel the thunder on the track. Chrome and steel, the battle calls. Through the smoke, we stand tall. Rivals crushed, we leave in dust. Speed is our only trust. You think you're fast, you think you're tough, but on this track it sucks to suck. Born to race, born to fight. Push the limit, own the night. Feel the fire, hear the sound. Burning rubber on the ground. No mercy shown, no second place. In this league, there's no disgrace. If you're not first, you know the luck. But in the end, it sucks to suck. Feel the rush, adrenaline. Victory in our skin. Tighten the grip, hold the line. Defeat's the word we leave behind. Danger right with every turn. In every crash, a lesson learned. The roar of engines, scream of tires. Feeds the need, ignites the fire. You thought you had the skills to win, but the checkered flag is where it begins. Born to race, born to fight. Push the limit, own the night. Feel the fire, hear the sound. Burning rubber on the ground. No mercy shown, no second place. In this league, there's no disgrace. If you're not first, you know the luck. But in the end, it sucks to suck. On the edge of speed, we drive the line. Leave them broken at the finish sign. Glory waits for those who dare. In the heat of battle, we're prepared. No mercy shown, no second place. In this league, there's no disgrace. If you're not first, you know the luck. But in the end, it sucks to suck. On the end, it sucks. Clears and engines die. The victors stand, the rest just cry. The truth is hard, the road is rough. If you can't keep up, well, it sucks to suck. Engines roar, the lights go green. Metal beasts on gasoline. Pedal down, no turning back. Feel the thunder on the track. Chrome and steel, the battle calls. Through the smoke, we stand tall. Rivals crushed, we leave in dust. Speed is our only trust. You think you're fast, you think you're tough, but on this track it sucks to suck. Born to race, born to fight. Push the limit, own the night. Feel the fire, hear the sound. Burning rubber on the ground. No mercy shown, no second place. In this league, there's no disgrace. If you're not first, you know the luck. But in the end, it sucks to suck. Feel the rush.
Welcome, race fans, to round 6 of the Road Atlanta race for Core GT. I am here with Alan Golson, and going to try and give you another good race tonight. How you doing, Alan?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's have a good night.
It's gonna be awesome. Road Atlanta. This is a personal favorite of mine. I think it's one of your favorite tracks too, as well, isn't it?
It's up there.
Yeah.
I do like the first little section of the track, those rolling chicanes, but yeah, it's a difficult track. There's a lot of little gotchas. What is that? I think turn 4 at the top of the hill. You know, it's a blind corner, easy to go off track. So we're gonna keep some eyes on that corner, and yeah, we'll just see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We have a lot of good race car drivers in this race tonight too. Dominic Ford blessing us with his presence tonight is going to be racing.
Yep.
We also have a brand new rookie, Fozzie Fazillo. Hopefully, I'm saying his name correctly. So,
Here he is,
yep,
right here.
should be interesting. Yep, great livery.
Yeah,
By the way, in that car.
Looking good. You gotta look good to race good to look good. So he's getting that done.
Well, makes
already.
makes you faster too, doesn't it?
Yeah, every sticker is another 5 horsepower.
Yep.
So we'll have to keep some eyes on him. But
Yep.
yeah, we're getting qualifying underway. These guys are setting down their first times. As looking like Ricky Renner is setting some pretty quick sectors so far. He's definitely laying the hammer down between him and Mason. They've been battling all season long. In fact, let's get you some points on the screen here. As we have Mason Smith taking the lead in Platinum with Ricky Renner 12 points behind, and Clayton Montgomery just 25 points behind Mason Smith there. So a nice and close battle for your Platinum division. In Gold division, we have Nick Nickerson with 117 points. Herbert Pineda just 8 points behind him, chasing that lead for the second year. And third place we have Shane Therian 23 points behind. So a nice gap between those two drivers, but they're still going to be battling it out all season long. For your silver division, we have Thomas Bressi and Justin Rhodes, just 4 points difference, and Josh Anderson 12 points. So these guys, it could be anyone's game, anyone's division right there. Bronze division, we have Bill Morrell with 55 points, and James Molyneux just 15 points behind him, and John Crane 19 points behind. So all these drivers still pretty close together. Nothing too crazy so far, but I've definitely seen some bigger gaps in previous seasons. So I think these drivers are going to be nice and competitive all race long.
Yeah, we still have a long way to go as well. Let's see exactly how many races we have actually. We still have Virginia International, which is going to be interesting. Hockenheim, Indianapolis, and Motegi will be your final race. So it's still anyone's game. You know, four races left. Still anyone's game. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, no,
we got some guys
I'm really
setting
excited.
some qualifying times. Yep. Currently in the lead, Mason Smith with a 118.46. Just behind him, Dominic Ford with a 118.61. And Ricky Renner with a 119.01. Those are your top three currently qualifiers. Looks like we got Shane Therian at the top for gold with a 119.46. Just behind him, Brady Carlson with a 119.61. For silver, we got our sponsor actually, Josh Anderson, at the top of bronze with a 119.85.
So Josh is our silver driver.
Our silver. I'm sorry, Josh.
It's all good. Yeah, he is our third place silver. It's all good. SDK is always like that.
Yeah.
Austin Diltz is your current top silver, and 6th place overall. So beating out a couple platinum drivers. He's putting on a good show.
Yep. And look at that, Dominic Ford takes the lead for qualifying currently.
Yep, 18-1.
118.16. Yep.
Yeah, very quick. I know Dom was setting some practice laps at the track earlier this week. He's getting out there early for his one-time appearance, as it's seeming to be.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting about this track as well is that you can be the fastest guy out there, but like you were saying earlier, there are some sketchy sections where you can definitely lose the car and have a big oops moment. So
Yep, you're absolutely right.
it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the drivers tonight.
As hopefully Nathan Sides has one more lap in him here. We can do a little onboard of the track, kind of see what the drivers are seeing, and talk through how this course would go. So,
Let us know who you guys want to win the race tonight. You know, who you're a big fan of. I know we got some shout outs to Mason. So thank you for that.
very, very nice. Yeah, looking like some of these drivers are just starting to finish up their laps here. Let's see, I think we can hop on. I think that's about everyone all done.
Yep, it looks like it, yeah.
Tilford on the back stretch at the moment right now. Same thing with Nathan Nickerson. Nick Terrell on the back. Alright, we'll hop on with Cody Shazam as he goes up the hill, up turn 1. Coming to a break. Can't seem to get away, huh? Alright, yeah, it looks like everyone is off track. So, yeah, we'll just kind of run through it. As turn 1, you got nice gradual, carry a lot of speed through there. You can really abuse the exit. And then as you go up turn 2, you want to make sure that you stay as far left as you can to open up for turn 3 on that blind crest. That turn is definitely a little bit tricky if you don't get that one exactly right. And then coming down the hill to turn 4, you can almost make that flat on that right-hander. And then from there, it's just a chicane. You're going to go as flat as you can up until, I think that would be turn 7, the left-hander. At the very end, you can really abuse the curb there. That curb is one that you can just absolutely send through and not have to worry about anything. Now, if you go too fast, then of course you're in the wall. It can unsettle the car, but you can really abuse that curb. Going down the road a little bit, then you have this next right-hander coming up. That'll be a nice, I think, third gear corner, if I remember correctly. Just break it down nicely, carve it out, and then really stay on your left to open up the corner for your other right-hander. Exit on that one's really important because, of course, you have that very long straight that you're going all the way flat out on. And then got to break it down right at the best moment for that chicane. Really just try and maximize your exit there. Try not to abuse the corner too much on exit. But yeah, that's pretty much your whole lap, and then from there it's flat to the finish. So now we'll get your qualifying results going here. We'll do your overall and get there. All right, so pole position, we got Dominic Ford with a 118 flat. Mason Smith only 2/10 behind him in second place. In third place, you have Ricky Renner. Fourth place, we have Kelly Ponyer. Fifth place, Nathan Sides. Sixth, Morgan Smith carrying your silver division pole. Very well done. Seventh, Dave Tilford. Eighth, Nathan Nickerson. Ninth, Thomas Bressie. And 10th, we have Austin Diltz.
And in 11th place, we got Dane Simpson. 12th, James Molyneux. 13th, Shane Theron. 14th, Evan Dyes. 15th, Brady Carlson. 16th, Josh Anderson. 17th, Herbert Pineda. 18th, Casey Show. 19th, Justin Rhodes. 20th, Aaron Reed.
21st, we have Fozzie Fazillo. 22nd, Josh Betts. 23rd, Alex Jaspers. 24th, John Crane. 25th, Robert Kenny. 26th, Cody Shazam. 27th, Nick Terrell. And 28th, we have Bronson Stafford, who will take home the rear tonight.
Right, and it looks like we're going to be starting with our pace lap. So you'll know what that means. It's time to thank our sponsor, ChaseDecals.com. Chase Decals creates, produces, and installs vinyl graphics for companies nationwide. Chase has done it all: vehicle wraps, fleet graphics, wall decals, banners, and more. quality's in the details, and they can uphold their standards because they produce almost anything in-house. One of those mottos is consistency, attention to detail equals quality. So when you guys get a chance, go check out
All right, welcome everyone. Hey,
chasedecals.com.
the initial start is on green.
Alright,
No
let me
passing before the start-finish line,
turn off
although
that
that
radio
really
before
shouldn't
we
be
get
too much of a problem here because
too
it's
much
a quick start. And
chatter
any,
going
any
on here. We don't
incidents that
want
you have
any
should be reviewed by the admin,
person
but
here
if you
tonight.
want us to make sure we catch something.
There we go.
And there they go, starting their pace lap.
Yep, on screen, Mason Smith in your Lamborghini tonight. Very odd choice from him, as we normally see him in maybe a Porsche, Mercedes, or McLaren.
There's a very big gap with the drivers. It looks like maybe there was an issue
Yeah, it looks like
starting
Dominic
out on their
Ford.
pace lap.
He's starting from the pit lane. It looks like Dominic Ford just sitting there. So he's gonna try and do a last to first challenge tonight. Gonna have fun with it. So yeah, looking quite good. So we get our drivers back on screen here. So what are your predictions going into turn one here? What do you think is gonna happen?
Turn one. You never know. I mean, it gets really tight into turn one, so I think we're gonna see some people going off to the left, cutting the track. But hopefully it'll be clean. I don't know. We'll see. This isn't a very large track. It's a relatively small track. It's 2.54 miles. So I think they're going to be pretty stacked up, at least for the first couple of laps. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty close in turn one, and then the chicane is really going to filter out some people. So I think we're going to see a crash when we get into the S's here.
Yep.
So yeah, as we get our drivers ready to go, coming through the final chicane, we're gonna have the pace car come off at the top of the hill up here. It's a very blind pit entrance, so maybe we'll see some action there. But these drivers are all stacked up. They're going to get ready to go as we're about to go green here at Road Atlanta. And green flag has dropped. We are racing.
Here we go.
Now looking like Mason Smith is going to have an inside line, but Ricky Renner, Mason Smith is going to have the outside, but he's going to have no one inside of him with Dominic Ford starting in the pit lane. So he's going to have a very smooth start as we'll try and see some of these other drivers get through here. So far looking pretty clean. Not seeing anyone go off yet. So very well done from our drivers so far. They have proven us wrong, making it
big
here
time.
very safely. That was awesomely done as we have Cody Shazin making a move on John Crane here. Very nicely done. John Crane losing 2 positions actually, with Nick Terrell following closely behind. We'll see if Nick Terrell can make a 3rd move here going up on the straight, but nope, looks like Bronson Stafford is actually the one to make a move on him. Very well done, getting that done early. Up on with some drivers up further ahead as this braking zone catching some drivers out a little bit. Evan Dye is getting a little spooked from Shane Therian under braking there, but all making it well. Looks like we have Dane Simpson in his McLaren, so no Roxy tonight. And it looks like Josh Anderson, oh, no, sorry, that would be Justin Rhodes. And let's see, is that Casey? That is Casey Show. Going a little bit too wide there on turn 1 there. Was that at the start there, Alan?
Yeah, it looks like that's what happened at the very, very start. Unfortunately, someone just didn't go, and cars are trying to get around them. And unfortunately, I think guys are just a little too zealous, and they kind of came together a little bit. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks a little bit. Moving on to now, we have Nathan Nickerson making a move on your silver driver, Morgan Smith. Morgan's going to have the defensive line going into the chicane right here. Nathan Nickerson going to try and make a move. Not going to fight it too much, but Morgan giving him plenty of room on exit, but nothing much doing. That's going to allow Thomas Bressy to make a move up the inside on the last corner here. Try and go too wide. Very, very well done.
Oh, what a crazy shuffle.
That looked really good. Looks like STK is freaking out. I don't know what is going on with that.
Mine is too, unfortunately.
trying to choose some drivers here, and it just says no. There we go. There's Thomas Bressy for you. Yep. Still keeping the lead on Nathan Nickerson there. So awesome job there from him. So we get into your tight battle here. Big clump of cars, all forming a nice line here. Brady Carlson right now, Herbert Pineda right behind him, and Josh Anderson in the very nice Chase Decals Mustang. Now it's gonna
like Dave Tilford just made a pass on Nathan's sides there in the straights. That'll put him in P3 currently.
That's an awesome job from him. Looks like Kelly Ponier dropping back a little bit. I wonder if he had some kind of issue or if he had an off somewhere. Looks like he just had an off track here. Come back on that. Yep, so that's taking that corner a little too hard, and that will do it. Getting right in the tire barrier, and he's going to have a lot of wheel damage from that one. That is a tough break for Kelly Ponier.
Yep.
As we see him rolling back into the
Evan
pits.
Guys making a move, and he gets it done. Going through the S's.
Very, very nice. It's, may see Josh Anderson want to make a move on Herbert Pineda here. As Herbert's taking a little bit of a defensive line going into this right-hander. Nothing much doing.
Dane Simpson going really far on the inside, yeah.
Yep. And Brady Carlson, both of them are getting right there, but Shane Therian is actually going to capitalize on this. He's going to make a move and maybe make it 3 wide going down the stretch. He is. Look at that. And looks like he was able to carry just enough speed to make the double pass there. Brady Carlson able to get by Dane Simpson right there too, but we're going to have a double 2 wide going into the chicane there. It looked like Herbert got a little bit punted, got into Dane, but looking like they all got away just well. As now we're going to have 3 cars go 2 wide into the final corner here. These drivers all stacked up, making it very well done. Just got a little too crazy going to the bus stop there, but looks like everyone made it through just fine. Dane Simpson having the inside right here, but he's going to try and force Justin Rhodes out as, able to get really close racing there, but Dane Simpson getting his elbows out and making that work. Very, very well done from Dane.
Yeah.
That was a crazy sequence coming from that final chicane up into the beginning S's. Whoa! Looks like Bronson Stafford got right up into Josh Betts, who got taken out there. Tough break from him. You might be seeing a little bit of some tension between the drivers there after the race. It looks like Justin Rhodes is going to try and make a move back on Dane Simpson going down the straight.
Yep.
As he gets it done right before the chicane, so very well done from Justin.
Dane Simpson right on the back of him though, not giving up.
Looking like our leaders here, Ricky and Mason, in a league of their own with a 5-second gap. But it looks like Ricky is starting to get pretty close there. These drivers looking pretty racy at the moment.
Yep.
So we'll see if Ricky can make a move going down this backstretch very, very well to get a draft off that Lamborghini. That McLaren always utilizes the draft very, very well. Looks like Dane Simpson might have had an off. We'll take a look at that here in a moment. But right now we're focusing on Ricky Renner and Mason Smith. Ricky Renner is going to make a move onto the final chicane. Nope, I think he's going to be fuel saving for this first stint. Keep an eye on that for a little bit as we hop on board with Nick Terrell trying to make a move on Robert Kenny. They're going to be side by side going down this backstretch. But I think Nick Terrell might have that better line going into the chicane.
Yep.
So he breaks it down very nicely and makes it through. He's always a wizard with fuel and with his Acura. I know the Acura is not very fast, but man, does he make it work all the time.
Yep.
So it looks like one of our drivers, I think that is Casey Show, or is it? Yeah, it's Casey Show with a missing front bumper. So he's going to have a lot of performance loss right there. So a tough break. We'll see what he can do with that front end damage gone. You're going to have a lot more understeer. So I think Fozzie might have an easy position here to make up.
So many battles on this track going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
Yep.
Let's see if Evan Dyes can make a move with his Acura on the McLaren going to the bus stop. He's going to tuck in nicely. Maybe we see some teamwork working with this bronze driver and this rookie.
Yep.
But yeah, looks like everyone's putting the gold drivers to shame. We have 2 silvers and a bronze and a rookie even in front of the first place gold driver. So very, very shaken up. But hey, we are not complaining tonight. And here we go. These drivers are getting a little feisty. Casey Show with that damage on the front end, still trying to defend as much as he can, but not make it unfair for these other drivers trying to get past.
And wow.
So Josh Anderson having to go around the outside here, unfortunately, of I think that's going to be Nathan Nickerson, and then Justin Rhodes up ahead, having to let those guys by, but he's going to get the draft and maybe a little bit of a bump draft too from Bronson Stafford behind him. I'm getting word right now, Dominic Ford not taking part in this race.
That's unfortunate.
I was looking forward to seeing some good moves made by him.
Oh, there they go, too wide.
Going right into the
the
bus stop
chicane.
there. Looks like
Look at that.
Austin Diltz making that move work very well on the first part of that
Yeah.
chicane.
Good job, both Austin Diltz and Josh Anderson, for keeping that together and preventing a wreck. Wow.
Yeah, that was very well done there. As, yeah, we're seeing some trains forming. I think some of these drivers are wanting to work together a little early, try and figure out some fuel strategy, or just trying to play it safe, save their tires, save their momentum.
Speaking of fuel strategy, look at your leaders right now, Mason Smith and Ricky Renner, still just kind of, feeding off of each other at the moment.
Yep, looks like Ricky is just biding his time, lifting early, save that fuel, try and make it another extra lap of race pace so he can take less fuel at the end. Be a nice quick pit stop.
Yep.
James
And that's
Molyneux.
Evan Dyes just made a move, yeah, on James Molyneux
We're gonna see
there.
another pass. Nathan Nickerson on Justin Rhodes, making a
Wow.
very nice move in the same spot. So that chicane being a favorable place for these drivers to get by, as Austin Diltz and Josh Anderson. Austin Diltz makes it work just on that final corner. So also Austin Diltz making moves. He is looking really good. Lost 4 places at the start, but he's getting those back very nicely as gets a little antsy with Justin Rhodes up in front. But it doesn't look like he got too much damage from that. So he's able to keep going, no problem. Yeah, these two drivers going to be neck and neck.
Looks like he's got the drive. Is he going to make the move? Nope. He's going to bide his time. Getting right on the back of Justin Rhodes there, really trying to put some pressure on him.
Yeah, Justin Rhodes is going to have to defend pretty good here on this straight. It's going to be hard to do so with that Mercedes
He's got
power.
the draft. There he goes on the inside.
He's going to outbrake who? Looks like Austin Diltz is going to
Look
have
at
the
that.
line.
Yep.
And that was very textbook. Very, very well done. And that's going to
And
lead
that's going to
Justin
give
Rhodes.
Josh Anderson some a drive off there. It looks like right
Yep.
on the back of Rhodes.
Yeah, Rhodes got the bad line, so that's going to allow Josh Anderson to get some momentum to catch back up on him. Oh, got on just a
Oh,
fuzz
no!
late. Cody Shazam getting a little sideways, but saved it beautifully on the grass there on turn 1. Wonder if there was just a little bit of contact to have caused that. I tried to jump on. Just took me a second to find that. Or did he just get... Yep, just got a little too overzealous. Porsche doing Porsche
loose.
things, and... Yep. That's...
He was going for style,
Yeah,
not
yep.
speed.
That's exactly right. So we'll see if Josh Anderson can use some of that Mustang power to storm on by on this backstretch here. So not quite yet, but that's going to allow Bronson Stafford to go right on through there.
Yep. Austin Diltz putting a nice, comfortable gap on Josh Anderson there.
Yep. that's
Sorry,
exactly right.
Bronson Stafford. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Let's hop on with. Looks like Nick Terrell is going to have Josh Anderson in his sights right here. As I'm sure these drivers are going to be nice and racy. Nick Terrell,
Wow.
of course, starting
Very
from the
nice,
back.
clean entrance. Yeah. Looks like he's gonna get the draft off of Josh Anderson.
Yep,
But Josh Anderson trying to protect the inside, it looks like. Oh, but now he's drifting over to the right.
Yeah, he's going to try and take that wide entrance into the bus stop or the chicane, but
Yep.
that's never the line. As
Wow,
looks
look
like
at
Nick
that.
Terrell just a little bit better under brakes, got it slowed down very beautifully and made a very clean pass. So that was very well done right there.
Yep. Here's an unfortunate incident with Aaron Reed. Let's see what happens here.
Yep.
Just gets that rear end a little bit too loose.
Yep.
That's going to allow Cody Chasm to go by.
It looks like Brady Carlson making moves, getting up to the lead of Gold Division. He's going to hold off Herbert Pineda. Now, I know how tricky it can be holding him back. He both he and Shane are very quick, so should see some fireworks for the rest of this race. Hopefully toward the end we'll get a good show from these drivers.
Yep.
Let's do a little onboard action with Herbert Pineda here. We'll do another little run through of the course, this time a little bit visualized. So turn one, just a nice sweeping entry, carry a lot of speed, try to maximize your exit, and then turn two, you just want to hug that into the blind, turn three, and then that's going to immediately go into that left hander. You want to stay as far left here as you can to open up this corner. You can be almost flat, and I think qualifying you can be flat through there, break it down nicely, and then this is that curve I was talking about where you can really abuse it. But just can't go too wide or else you'll end up like Kelly into the barrier there. And then break it down very nicely, nice third gear. Accelerate and then break it down. You want to maximize your exit right here. This is going to be really important because you can gain or lose so much time on this backstretch. And while you're back here, you can do some of your chores around the house. You can make some coffee and write down your planner for what you want to do tomorrow because this straight takes so long. Get back in your sim, break it down into your final chicane here, and this corner you can usually maximize your exit. Feels pretty good getting on power right there, and then you're going to be flat all the way through to the end, and that's your lap at Road Atlanta.
Yeah, what a great, I don't know, learning opportunity for Road Atlanta from Herbert Pineda there.
Yep.
On the racing lines.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty decent lap there. That last lap was a 19:45, which is looking pretty racy for
oh no!
these top drivers. As
Oh,
wow.
I think that was Aaron Reed. Let's see what happened with him.
He just got a little off track there. I'm trying to rejoin. And yep, just getting out of the way of those drivers.
Yeah.
So well done for him avoiding that accident. So we'll hop back on our respective drivers. You have your leaders in the bottom corner there. Nothing changing. I think these guys are working together, just trying to maximize their gap. Now it's almost up to 6 seconds on Nathan's sides. And we're back on the main screen with Brady Carlson, Shane Therian, and Herbert Pineda.
Yeah, Brady Carlson defending his life against Shane Therian. He's right on the back of him. Herbert Pineda as well. I'd be worried about.
Yeah.
Both those drivers are extremely fast.
And all three of them in different manufacturers too. Herbert
Yep.
getting a little wide on that final corner there. I think he's starting to get a little impatient, trying to push the car a little harder than it can go.
Yeah.
But Brady Carlson, Shane Therian just keeping it nice and calm, just running their race. But Shane looking like he got a pretty decent exit there. He's going to be close for the draft. He might be
going to
making
make a move. Let's see.
Let's see what
Is Brady going to
does.
protect the inside?
Let's see what Brady does here.
He's
gonna
looking in
defend
the
that left
inside.
side, or that right side, but looks like Shane's going to bide his time. I think he's also fuel saving for an extra lap of fuel toward the end. So Brady's going to be able to breathe for now as Brady hops into the pits. So it looks like that fuel saving from Shane Therian has worked off, and able to go the extra lap more.
As we come into the 21-minute mark, you're starting to see a lot of guys take their first pits.
Yep. This is going to be your first major pit cycle, and then we'll see Mason and Ricky probably pit by the end of this lap.
Yeah.
So it actually looks like the leaders are coming up on your main screen right now. So these guys
Yep.
are a lap down, just about. And
Casey Show trying to defend John Crane there.
It looks like Casey Show able to go another lap there.
Yep.
And even going to have Ricky right behind him, Mason taking that first pit stop. So
Yeah.
see what becomes of that.
What do you think? Is this gonna hurt Ricky, or is he gonna benefit for staying out?
This is
another
gonna
lap
hurt him
on Mason?
so much. He's
Yeah.
got the traffic right at the worst spot possible, and it's gonna slow him down a lot. So by the time Mason gets out, if Mason can have a smooth outlap, you know, Ricky is gonna have some catching up to do.
Yeah. We're gonna have to keep an eye on Ricky Renner there as he comes out to the pits to see where that's gonna put him
Yep.
compared to Mason Smith.
Looks like Mason is coming out now, so we'll keep a camera on him, on both of these drivers. As it looks like Casey showing Fozzie Fazzolo. Fozzie putting him right to the grass, but Casey not giving up right here. But he's going to have to lift coming into the chicane here, so having to fight another day. But Casey having that big momentum going up the chicane there. He's going to have the inside line on the final corner. Very, very well done for getting patient and getting back into it and then making the move. That was a brilliant showing from Casey.
You got Ricky Renner in the pits at the moment. Mason Smith going down the long straightaway just before the chicanes, I believe.
Yep. Looks like he was warming up his tires there a little bit, so maybe taking tires right there too.
Yep. And here he comes past the pits.
Yep, here's Ricky on your main screen here. He's going to be able to come out. Looks like Ricky somehow was able to get that big lead off of Mason right there. And Ricky even having just a couple tenths longer inside the pits. But
Yep.
it did not matter. Somehow, I think it was the tire difference actually. Mason Smith, I think, took some tires. And that's enough to slow you down quite a bit. So, unfortunate from him. And,
yeah, Mason's gonna have to shorten his lap time there to catch up. Ricky Renner, he's currently 2.8 seconds ahead.
Yep. And just taking a look at Brady there. Brady dropped down to 14th, and Harbert getting the best out of that pit stop adjustment. He is now ahead of Shane Therian, and Brady is all the way at the bottom of gold right now.
Yeah, Herbert's going to have both Shane Therian and Austin Diltz behind him.
Yep, both drivers really quick, and Shane showing that he's a little bit more consistent than Herbert, so can Herbert kind of pull it together and, you know, clutch out this defensive battle so he can maintain this gold lead. Ooh. And this battle is getting a little spicy right here from the midfield.
Yep.
So hop on board with Brady Carlson, trying to make a move on Nick Terrell. Brady a little later on the brakes, but Nick is going to have that better line going through the chicane. That's always superior to be on that left side going into it, because you're able to carry so much more speed.
Fortunately, that's going to slow Brady Carlson down a little bit.
Yep. But I think he's got some pace to make something work there. So keep an eye on that as hop back on with Austin Diltz, Shane Therian, and Herbert Pineda. Austin Diltz in the silver division, showing these gold drivers how it's done. As you might see him if you can get a good exit here. It's going to make for some pretty good racing. And actually, this battle has even let Nathan Nickerson join the party.
Yep.
So, let's see what this looks like going into this braking zone. Like all our
Shane
drivers are in
Theron.
single file.
Yep. Shane Theron right on the back of
Herbert.
sorry, Austin right on the back of Shane. Shane right on the back of Herbert. Yeah.
Yep. Shane might be taking a look as Austin Diltz
Wow, look
might
at
be
this.
making a move too. Yeah, all three drivers are ready to go. These guys are wanting to really battle it out. So we get a nice aerial view of some trees, looks like, for a second there. But once we get out of the forestry, looks like Shane Theron dropping back a little bit from Herbert going through that chicane section,
Yep.
but you know,
Nathan Nickerson. Wow, getting really close to Austin Diltz there.
yep, everyone's getting a
In that
little
Porsche.
feisty. Wonder if Austin has just enough room to get a better draft on Shane to potentially make a move going into the chicane here. Shane being a little further back from Herbert won't have as good of a draft as Austin will. Austin Diltz looking like he's going to make a move on the inside. Isn't going to be enough. No, Shane's going to have that switchback covered off. And unfortunately,
He got the drive going up the
Austin,
hill.
he does have the
Is he gonna
drive.
make a
He's
move
going
on
to
the
make it
inside?
too wide right here on the final corner. Shane's going to have more momentum coming out of the final corner. Austin Dilt's going to have the line. Austin's going to have a little bit of a
Wow.
bump. He's going to have it too wide some more going into turn one. As he gets into
Oh,
Shane,
no!
a little bit too much speed carried.
Under each other.
And that's going to allow Austin Diltz to make it through with a little bit of
Wow.
contact.
Oh.
Carried just enough speed to tap the bumper of Shane. And definitely don't think that was intentional as he tried to slow down, almost brake check Nathan Nickerson in the moment, or in the process. But looks like they made it through almost completely unscathed.
Oh, no!
As looks like
That
Nathan
would be
Nickerson
Nathan Nickerson.
got a little too overzealous, and oh man, he gets right in front of what was that? James? Was that? That might have been a lap car there. So
Yeah.
tough break from.
I think that was
driver.
Alex Jaspers, actually.
Actually, I think you are right. Yep, that was Alex Jaspers. Tough break from Alex. He always comes out and really tries to put some rubber down, but not quite having it there. As,
Yep.
here we have our battle for third place at the moment. Thomas Bresci and Morgan Smith are silver drivers, trying to make something work here. They are going toe to toe through the S's. Trying to hold off Nathan Sides in the background too. 2 silvers and a platinum fighting for the podium. This is some pretty crazy racing that we're seeing right now.
Wow, what a great line from Thomas Bresci there going into that turn. That's going to allow him to get a little bit of a gap on Morgan Smith as they go down the long straightaway towards the chicane.
Yep, you see him weaving around a little bit, trying to break that toe. So the car behind doesn't quite get a draft. Looks like that worked just well enough for Thomas to keep that position.
Yep. Herbert Pineda and Austin Diltz still battling it out.
Yep.
Looks like
Austin's just
Austin
gonna
got the drive.
get through. Is Herbert gonna be braver on the brakes? He is gonna be pretty brave, but isn't gonna be enough. He's gonna stick around the outside. He's gonna do a switchback going up the hill into the final corner here, where he's gonna lift. He looks like he's just gonna lift, concede the position, and maybe fight another day. Austin Diltz is on a charge right now.
He is, yeah. Herbert Pineda's not done though. He's still looking.
Yep, still
looking to get him back. It's gonna be
nothing
interesting to
quite
see what
happening
kind of
yet.
drive he can get. Go after the S's here.
Yep, I'll keep an eye on that. Quick look at Brady Carlson, Nick Terrell. Brady is still trying to make that work. All over the back of Nick. So we got some battles that we can definitely choose through here. Looks like Morgan Smith probably on this back stretch here. Gonna get a little bit of a draft. He's gonna lift just early enough to keep it clean through the final chicane. Looks like Austin Diltz is slowly pulling away from Herbert. Herbert going to get a little bit of a draft here, but I don't think he's going to have enough pace to catch Austin here tonight. Looks like Casey got a little bit off track here.
Yep.
See what happened here. You just get a little too excited on exit. Yep, looks like it. It's a tough break from him.
Yep.
Looks like Nathan Nickerson trying to make his way back up. Getting through John Crane. See if John Crane can mount a counterattack. That beautiful 7-Up machine. I miss 7-Up being around, you know.
Yeah.
As it looks like Nathan's going to give up that position, let John Crane go right on through. So, yeah, it looks like some of our drivers are starting to spread out, starting to get their race pace on and just kind of survive at this point. I know this track is big on just trying to make it through. It's a really taxing track. Of course, going through the chicane, or this S's section, beginning of this track can be mentally challenging after doing this for so long.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder what happened with Mason Smith. Currently has a, looks like Ricky's got a, what is that, a 16-second gap on him right now?
No, he's got a second gap on him right now.
Okay, I
Missing
think
that
my
behind.
SDK is just messing up then. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a 16-second gap to
Yeah.
Thomas Gressy behind.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, we'll see what Mason can do here. Gets a little bit closer to Ricky. So James Molyneux's getting a little close to Shane Theory in here. James Molyneux definitely showing improvements since he first started.
Yeah.
I know he can have some pretty tough luck at races every now and then, but you know, when all goes well, goes pretty smooth, he can definitely put on a good showing. And it shows right now he's getting pretty much on the back of this gold driver, Shane Therian.
He wants that. He wants that top 10 spot right there.
Yeah, he does.
He wants to take it away from Shane Theron. You can tell.
He, talking to him a little bit, he says that anytime he can get a top 10 is a win in his book. He's always stoked to just be on the grid, so just getting that little bit closer is always a pleasure for him. As your battle for third is still going on. Thomas Gressy holding off Morgan Smith pretty well, but I don't think Morgan's going to sit down and just give it to him.
Nope.
Let's get a little bit of this guy going here. I know going through those S's is always just so satisfying to do. You know,
Yep.
getting the line right, and once you make it through that final corner and you know that you just nailed every apex, every braking point, it's so satisfying. You feel like the best driver in the world after that. As might see Robert Kenny try and make a move on Fozzie going into turn 1 here, having to lift just a little bit so he doesn't get into the back of him. So playing it safe right there. Very, very respectful racing right now.
Morgan Smith and Thomas Brezzi currently on your screen right now. I think these guys are probably going to battle it out to the end.
Yep, I
As
think so.
we're just past the about 8 minutes past the halfway mark right now. It's like they should be coming up on their final pit pretty soon.
Yeah, should be getting there pretty close, but yeah, I think we'll see him pit around the 45 mark. I think it'll be their next pit cycle, and if that's the case, that should give them plenty of fuel to make it to the end. So hopefully we won't see any drivers really stress about fuel. But in the meantime,
Look at James Mono really putting the pressure on Shane Theron there.
Yeah.
Doing everything he can to try to get a mistake out of him to get that 10th position.
That is the best way to do it. If he can hold this gap right here and get a good drive off on the second right-hander, he might have a very, very good position to get a pass before the bus stop. Which looks like he was able to get a pretty decent drive off, so now he just needs to rely on the draft. That Mercedes power is going to make it pretty hard to do that, but he's going to try his best. James Mono showing really good offensive attack here.
Is he going on the inside? He's looking.
Wow. He's looking
Wow.
at it.
Yeah, James. I think James Mono is one of those drivers that if he sees an opportunity, he's going to go for it. He's not just going to sit back and watch. But it looks like Shane Theron is going to pit. Thomas Brezzi's going to stay. Sorry, James Mono is going to stay out.
You might have had the right prediction here if these drivers are coming a little bit early for their pit
Yeah.
stops. So we'll see how that can shake everything up. Brady Carlson still in the back of Nick Terrell. We'll make something work here. Brady unfortunately has a pretty big gap to the next gold ahead. He's gonna have to get his work cut out for him a little bit. These
Yep.
are division standings as they are right now. And, I'll even pull up the points just so we have something to compare it to. We'll lose our visual here for a second, but I'll be sure to get it off stream pretty quick. So as it looks like Ricky Renner, your second place in Platinum, is currently leading, but with a fast Mason right behind him. Clayton Montgomery not showing up tonight, using a drop race from him. Going to our gold division, Herbert Pineda, our second place, is pretty comfortably ahead of the pack here. No Nick Nickerson tonight, so he's going to use his drop race. And Shane Theron all the way down in fourth place in gold. So going to have a bigger gap. So we might see a move in our gold division here. Maybe even our platinum division. Silver division looks like Thomas Bressy holding your top position there. So going to extend that gap on Justin Rhodes, who is in 5th place currently in your silver division. Might be in the pit stop, so that might change after our pit cycle here. And Josh Anderson, either not with us tonight or he's further down. I think he's further down tonight. And then bronze division, looking like James Molyneux currently in the lead. So we might see a move ahead in the bronze division as well. So this could shake up our points divisions pretty good after this race.
You got your leaders on the bottom right-hand corner. This is Ricky Renner having to deal with some lap traffic, and he's got Mason Smith right behind him, so he's got to be careful not to lose that position to some lap traffic.
Yep. I'll definitely see what happens here. Kelly, being another platinum driver, he might be trying to pave a way for your leaders here, but your leaders are getting really close. So you might see some fireworks actually happen here with with what's going on. Looks like Kelly's getting right out of the way. Let your two top drivers go through. I'm just gonna leave Shane Therian. This is right where you don't want lap traffic, is going through this S's right here. No good places to pass. So we're going to see Mason catch up just a little bit there. Looks like he got half a tenth, maybe a little bit more out of that. And going into this braking zone, looks like Shane's going to not make it the easiest on Ricky going through here, as Shane making a move on Herbert Pineda.
Oh!
I wonder what's going on with Herbert there, going very slowly. Wonder if Herbert was just getting out of the way of the leaders here, and that allowed Shane to make a move.
It looks like he was, and unfortunately, he lost the position because of his generosity there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Unfortunate. That's gotta hurt just a little bit there. Man. We have Nathan Sides on Thomas Bresci. Nathan's gonna make a move on this inside here on the double right-hander. But Thomas keeping the momentum around the outside. That's a very well done defending that, but he's gonna make an opening on the inside. And that's going to allow Nathan Sides to come right on through. Oh, yep, that's why. Looks like Thomas Bresci is warming up some tires. I think he took tires on that pit stop. So he's going to be slow coming through here. And then
that makes sense.
We might see him make up that position back with some fresh tires, but in the meantime, that's going to allow Nick Terrell to give a good gap.
Nick Terrell, wow, what a performance, making up 23 positions tonight, currently in P4.
Yeah, that's a really good drive from him. Let's see if we can pull up our pit stop strategy and see where he is at right now. Yep, looks like he is not pit yet. Looks like some of these other drivers already have, so he has one more pit stop to do. Same thing with your leaders here, but your leaders are also, 25 seconds ahead. So
yep. Ricky Rayner looks like he stayed out. Mason Smith pit. So we're gonna have to see what happens to them as after Ricky does his pit stop, comes out where he stacks up against Mason there.
Yep. Up our trap map there a little bit. Evan Dyes and Austin Dilt's getting really close on each other.
Yeah.
Austin Dilt's making up a lot of positions there, but I think Evan Dyes might have some pace that he may want to show Austin here in the final stage of this race.
go through the S's there. Let's see if Evan Dyes can maybe gain a little bit on him. Austin Diltz.
Yep.
Don't really look like it. It looks like Austin Diltz is doing a pretty good job with his lines.
Yeah, I think he figured out his stuff going on and starting to put a gap back on Evan Dyes there.
And it looks like they're dealing with some lap traffic right now going into the chicane, which is never a good spot to be in.
Yeah, it looks like Justin Rhodes just got by right there. It looks like this is still going to be your closest battle on track at the moment. Looks like Ricky Renner goes into the pits, so let's see where that brings Mason.
I believe that's Aaron Reed in front of Austin Diltz there.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a look at
gets right on by
Mason.
there. So here we got Mason right there, Ricky.
Oh, sorry. I'll keep an eye on
funny.
Mason.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on Ricky. There we go.
I got you there. So it looks like Mason had a 12-second pit stop, and Ricky having another very, very quick one. Looks like he was a full second faster in the pits, and that's going to put a nice almost 3-second gap on Mason coming out of the pits there. So he's going to be very happy about that.
I'm wondering what their tire strategy is, though.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll
that'll put one of them at more of an advantage than the other. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll keep it on Ricky for a little bit. See if he took any tires. See if there's any weaving going on here. I think it looks like Ricky just might have taken fuel, and that's it. Keeping his warm tires on. The tires are still working pretty good, so I think he is just gonna keep that position and run with it.
Yeah. Looks like everyone's got a pretty good gap on each other. Everyone's pretty spread out. Our current most close battle is between Austin Diltz and Evan Dyes. That's P7 and P8.
Yep, these guys are pretty close, as well as Nathan Sides and Morgan Smith. These drivers are getting pretty close as well as they get right into the final chicane. But Morgan Smith putting on an absolute stellar performance, being the top silver in the mix of the platinums, with Thomas Bessie and Austin Diltz following close behind. These silver drivers are having a heck of a day. Oh my gosh, Herbert Pineda absolutely sending it down the inside, trying to get past Shane Therian.
I think he heard our comment when they had that lap traffic, and
yep, Kelly Punyer
didn't want to
getting a little racy with these drivers. Is he gonna look back on the inside? Nope. Kelly is always a good racer at heart. He knows what he's doing. Making it a little bit difficult on these midfield drivers right now. Looks like Herbert's gonna get by pretty well, as Nick Terrell has to now defend against Shane Therian behind. Keep an eye on this battle. These guys are going to be probably having a fun battle all the way to the end, if I had to guess. There.
Yeah. 8 minutes left in the race.
Yep. This is where you see all the gloves come off. The drivers are ready to ground and pound.
Casey Show really trying to stay behind Justin Rhodes there. This is for P19 and P20 currently.
Looks like Justin Rhodes got a little bit of a better drive off with that Porsche. Porsche having that extra weight on the rear axle. It's going to allow for nice traction on the exits of these corners. So pretty hard to beat out. But that's also the curse. You know, we've seen a couple Porsches just get a little tail happy and rotate all on their own. So
Yep.
It's a blessing and a curse. As it looks like we see Justin Rhodes get a little off track there. That's going to allow Casey Show to go right on through. Just patience is a virtue.
Yep. So that's going to move Casey Show up to 19th and put Justin Rhodes back in P20.
Yep. And
maybe not. Maybe less than that.
I think we had a little bit of a commentator's curse going right there. Sorry, Justin.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
We'll hop back on with your current fourth driver, Morgan Smith. Getting under a second on your third place driver, Dave Tilford. Now, I think this would be really exciting getting a silver driver on your podium tonight. I think I'd love to interview Morgan, see what is going through his mind right about now.
Absolutely.
Looks like Nick Terrell is going to try and put a move on Herbert Pineda.
Yep. Yeah, looks like he's been trying to chip away him for the last couple of laps. As we go into the last 5 minutes of the race, your leaders currently Ricky Renner in P1, Mason Smith in P2. Ricky's got a little bit of a gap on Mason. Mason's going to have to put some really fast laps in to catch up to him.
Yeah, he made up that 2.5 second gap down to 1.3 seconds. So
yep,
definitely showing a pretty good move on here. We might see a good battle at the end. As we have the past few races with these two drivers. So might have to keep an eye on that. Nick Terrell and Herbert Pineda
he's going on the
side
inside
by side going in the final corner. Looks like Herbert's going to keep just enough space and that's going to allow Nick to go right on through. Very, very well done there. Now it looks like Morgan Smith catching up to Dave Tilford. We might be seeing a silver driver on the podium here tonight. This is going to be some pretty crazy stuff.
You know, it's funny watching Nick Terrell. He always seems to have some bad starts, unfortunately, in the race. But man, he makes up so many positions, and he just doesn't give up, and he gets right back up there. It's almost like he benefits from starting at the bottom, you know.
Yeah, no, I think he knows that if he started where he should, or for a good qualifying position, then he might do really, really good. So I think he's here just to have fun and make up some passes, make up as many as he can along the way.
Morgan Smith not giving up. He wants that position badly. It looked like he was going to make a move there, but decided not to. Decided he was just a little bit too far back.
Yep, I think we're gonna see him try to make a move on the last lap here.
Yeah.
And
Look at your leaders on the bottom right-hand corner, Ricky Rayner and Mason Smith. Mason has caught right up to Ricky, as he knows we're coming on the 2-minute mark right now.
Yep. No, yeah, we're gonna
Two
see
very interesting battles.
This is gonna be your battle for the whole podium spots right here. Ricky gonna take a defensive position going into the final chicane. Mason Smith is gonna have all the work to do on this, what is probably gonna be the final lap of this race. As we're getting onto your 59-minute mark. Yep, white flag from Barney. So this is gonna be your final lap of the race. As we have another showdown between Ricky and Mason. But Ricky's gonna look, or Mason's gonna look a little bit on the inside there. Ricky just taking his normal line. Sometimes
where's he going to make the move? Where is he going to make that move? That's what I would love to know.
I think he's going to make a move on that back straight. That's been the favorite move for most of these drivers. And yeah, I think this is exactly what we're going to see. So we're going to see Mason biding his time, trying to get as close as he can. Right now there's no real aerodynamics helping Mason out, so he's relying strictly on
he brakes really late.
Mechanical grip.
Can he get the drive?
This is going to be the biggest drive off that he needs right here, and it looks like he did. Looks like he got a brilliant drive off that final corner for this long straight. Now it's going to see a gap drive from 2/10 down to 1/10 and a half, and we'll see who's the bravest on the brakes. Ricky is going to defend on the right side, or the left side here. This is exactly where you want to brake. And Mason
there he goes,
making a move on the outside. He's going to keep the momentum. Mason's going to keep it too wide on the final chicane. We're going to go side by side into the final corner. Mason was saying that he may not see a move here, but it looks like these two drivers are going to be side by side going right to the finish line. Who's Ricky Renner by 5 thousandths of a second.
What?
They said that they can't get closer from Daytona. They just got 5 thousandths from each other right there. Oh my God.
What a battle. What a battle.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, that was
good job, Ricky Renner, holding off Mason Smith.
That was some intense racing at the final corner right there. I've never seen it that close for a final race. Wow, Dave Tilford able to hold off Morgan Smith at the end there to get that final third place position there. Oh man, this has been one heck of a final. As we might try and see Herbert make a pass. Not really looking like it going into your final corner here.
See, he's pretty close to him. Nope.
Nope.
Doesn't look like he's, well,
just a 10th off, 10th
hard,
and a half off.
hard to tell. Yep. Very close though.
Yep. Looks like everyone else is finishing in their respective positions, but man, these guys just can't get enough.
Are they doing it on purpose? What's going on here?
Oh man,
I think they're just that fast, and they just have that much precision driving.
Smith. Oh, we need Tilford.
What a great finish.
No, that was
for our two leaders.
That was some exciting racing right there. As we just have some other drivers finishing up their laps. Thomas Bresci doing a final little victory lap here. Yep, just wait for our results to come on in. As yeah, Ricky Renner, Mason Smith, getting two different readings here. We got 7 thousandths right here. Said 5 thousandths earlier. Still a crazy close finish between Ricky and Mason. Dave Tilford taking home your final podium position there. Morgan Smith on 4th place. 5th place is Nathan Sides. 6th place Thomas Bresci. 7th Austin Diltz. 8th Evan Dyes. 9th James Mono. 10th Nick Terrell.
Then we got P11 Herbert Pineda, who I believe is the gold winner tonight, right? Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct.
Yep, your gold winner. We got 12th Brady Carlson, 13th Shane Theron, 14th Fozzie Fazillo, 15th Robert Kenny, 16th John Crane, 17th Nathan Nickerson, 18th Aaron Reed, 19th Casey Show, 20th Kelly Pointer.
And then 21st, Justin Rhodes. 22nd, Josh Anderson. 23rd, Josh Betts. 24th, Alex Jaspers. 25th, Bronson Stafford. 26th, Cody Shazam. 27th, Dane Simpson. 28th, Dominic Ford. So, yeah, some really, really crazy racing right there from our drivers. I think I got everyone pinged here that needs to be pinged. So, yeah, let's bring up some drivers. Starting off, do we have Evan Dyes in our rookie division?
Let's see. I do not see Evan Dyes, unfortunately.
All right.
I just do a double check here. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not see Evan Dyes.
All right. Well, someone that I do know is really excited to talk to us. We have James Molyneux, our bronze division winner.
All right.
I'm sure we can bring him
Get
in
him
here.
in here.
And,
Yep. James, how you doing? It's Jack and Alan in the booth.
What's up?
how you doing, man?
Congratulations.
P9. Let's go, man.
Nice, nice.
Let's go.
Top 10, baby. Top 10. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me tell you, this track makes me happy I don't have motion.
Yeah. Awesome.
Dude, just bounce all over the place.
Yep. So we saw you man, we could tell that you wanted that P10 bad. And I believe you and Nick were just battling it out like crazy. Was it Nick?
No.
No, it wasn't Nick. Who was it?
No. But I didn't take tires on the last pit stop because I was just outside the top 10. I'm like, I'm not taking tires. And I knew I had done like a couple, like 1 or 2 laps more in fuel than the other guys around me. So I was like, no tires. This should help. And then all of a sudden, like Herbert's behind me and he's like 4 seconds behind me. And I'm like, I got to make that stick.
Yeah, you did great. Yeah, I mean, as far as your race is concerned, did you feel like did you know you were going to come in the top 10, coming through qualifying, or were you
I was actually worried.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah, because I think I qualified like 12th, maybe.
I think so,
I can't
yeah.
remember. Yeah, so I was like, oh God, I'm only going to get slower throughout the race. Plus, my my habits don't always get me through the race.
That's a very very nice way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No, but I mean, you did it tonight. I mean, you looked great. Honestly, you looked very composed, and you looked smooth, and I think that translated you to coming out on top tonight. So, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier.
It was a long race.
And
yeah,
it was like, yeah, we know that he's gonna be stoked to get a top 10. So we saw you win, and like, yep, let's go get him in here. This is gonna be a fun one.
Yep.
Yeah, you know it, man. Anytime I get in the top 10, I'm happy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Well, of course, I got to give it to my wife.
Always.
For, letting me do this all the time. And actually, we went to Watkins Glen on Sunday, got to see the big boys do it. And then, so it was pretty wild. We've had a wild week. And then, of course, you guys for doing the broadcast, and Team America, and obviously all the admins like Carl, Tilford, Nobbinger, for all that they do.
Absolutely.
Core racing,
Thank you.
baby. Core racing all the way. And of course,
That's right.
Again, gotta say it again. Team America.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go Team America.
Awesome stuff. Well, congratulations tonight, man. We're excited to see you up there, P9, representing the bronze division in a big, big way, beating out most of your gold drivers. So
Yeah.
should feel pretty proud of yourself tonight.
Very proud of tonight. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you,
Well,
James.
have a good night, man.
All right, boys. Have a good night.
All right, that was James Molyneux. What a great race he had. A great finish.
Yep. He did awesome tonight. So looks like our next driver to get in here would be Morgan Smith.
All right. Morgan, how you doing? It's Alan and James or Jack, sorry, in the booth.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome.
So how was your race?
It was very exciting for me. I kind of took a jump of faith getting in the Lamborghini before the race today, and it paid off. It kept it together for me, and it was exciting to be able to run with some of those top dogs up there in core today and get some clean racing in.
Yeah, absolutely. You were up there for a very long time, actually. I think you actually climbed up. I want to say it was 2 positions.
Yeah, you
believe.
got up 2 positions from your qualifying and getting in
Yeah.
there with the platinum drivers. So I'm sure being in that silver division, you're feeling really pumped about that.
Yeah, I was very excited. I had a couple teammates with me too, and one of them's usually a little bit quicker. So I think I bagged my 4th overall win in 2 years on one of my teammates tonight. So that hits home a little bit as well.
Nice.
That
That's
feels
awesome.
good.
How was it? How was it battling it out there? Pretty much until the end.
Honestly, just shout out the other guys that are driving at that pace every time. I know I'm not up in the mix with them every race, but Thomas and Dave both had some good side by side action. It was a pleasure, just good, respectable racing, and I got no problem letting off and letting them by once they push the envelope a little bit for my Lamborghini, and I was just glad to get across the line in the position I did.
Yeah, it looked like doing that strategy worked out pretty good because Thomas ended up behind you. So just keeping your nose clean and knowing where to strike, where to stay back really paid off for you today. So very well done.
Yeah, thank you. I think I had a good pit cycle, and some other guys had some small mishaps on track that I was staying out of on my own accord. So just a good night overall.
Yeah, very awesome.
Well, congratulations. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
Just shout out for Core always being here, always having a full grid. All the racers for showing up every time. Can't do it without them. And you guys for hosting the broadcast. And shout out my sim team. They always have a couple guys with me out there.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, it was a pleasure having you tonight, and thanks for putting on some good racing. You got some broadcast screen time tonight, so should look forward to that.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch it. It was pretty intense.
Thank you guys. Hopefully I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Yep,
We'll see you then.
definitely. See you next week. Thank you. All right.
All right, that was your silver division winner, and now we got your gold division here. That'll be Herbert Pineda hitting home your top spot tonight.
Herbert, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack in the booth.
Okay, how did this happen? I need to know.
You're back again.
Who did it?
It seems to be a reoccurring theme. You coming in the booth for an interview.
I don't know how this one happened. I don't know what kind of voodoo stuff is going on. I don't know. Black magic. I don't know what happened. But hey, how you guys doing tonight?
We're doing
We're doing
fantastic.
great.
It was a great broadcast.
Wait.
You and Shane and Brady put on a heck of a show for us. So
Yeah, we
thank
want to
you
thank
for
you
that
guys
one.
for putting on the show. Yeah, that battle was pretty intense. I think it was you, Brady, Shane Theron, who else
It was a bunch of us. It was a bunch
Yeah, I
of
think it
us,
was
right?
Austin Diltz. I think Nick Terrell was in the mix there as well. Yeah, I mean, wow, what a great show you guys put on.
Well, kind of figure, did it on the show tonight, so hey, make you guys happy. We're happy.
Yes, sir.
So How was that? Walk us through that battle with because it was I mean it was crazy. You were right there in the middle. You had some guys in front of you. You had some guys behind you. We saw you guys kind of shuffling around going down the straight, coming into the chicane right there to try to make your move. I mean, what
I
were you
was
thinking with that?
I was I was handicapped because I was driving a lawnmower, and so
Well, it didn't
and I
look like
had
it from where we were sitting.
and I had the big V8 Ford and the Merc in front of me and behind me, and I was surrounded by
Yeah.
fast cars, and I'm like I'm just trying not to get wrecked or wreck somebody, trying to give them room, but I one of those things, I guess.
Yeah.
Lawnmower decided to keep up with the big boys. So like, all right, okay. But at the end, tires died down and I got lapped. Then I came back. I don't know. It was a mess.
Yeah,
It was a
there's
mess.
we were
But
watching that little change up with the leaders coming through with you guys, and looked like Shane
and I was
capitalized
trying.
pretty good on there.
I was
Yeah.
trying to get the heck out of the way. I have to apologize to Mason because I think I messed him up, and I think he was he was running point when when I got in front of him, and then all of a sudden he was in third. Luckily, they all pitted at the same time. I think so. Uh, I kind of feel bad for that one, but
That's
Well,
okay.
we felt bad for you too because unfortunately, I think it was Austin Diltz.
That was Shane
Uh,
Therian.
oh, it was Shane Theron, yeah, that got by you because of that
Yeah,
that mishap.
Shane was trying to keep it
Unfortunately,
ahead of the leaders, and then we saw you jump out of the way, and he was able to capitalize really good off of that.
yeah,
But looks
but
like
it
he
didn't
clawed back.
matter because he came out on top anyway. So it's a great job.
but like I said, I mean, this is a big surprise. I thought it was a sucky race for me. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking when I picked this car, but hey, I guess it is what it is now, right?
Hey, got you the win. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
That's all that
Yep.
matters. That's all that matters. Well, thank you
Yes, sir.
guys.
Yep. Anyone you give
Is
a
there
shout
anyone
out to
you
or
want to
thanks?
give? Yep.
Sure. Obviously, I gotta say thanks to my wife for allowing me to put up with my craziness here, and I got a brand new grandson, just born 3 days ago.
Oh,
So
congratulations, man. That's
uh,
awesome.
Yeah.
appreciate it, and son is ready to get to go to boot camp in November 18th. He got his shipping date, so he's good to go. Um, yeah, and thank you guys for doing a great job over here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course we
Thanks,
we
Trevor.
try our best, and yeah, glad to have you in here. Glad everything's good, and yeah, you have a good night, man.
Yep.
You too.
We'll look
Thanks,
forward to
guys.
seeing you at
Yes, sir.
Virginia.
You probably won't. I hope not. Can we change the track? Can we bribe somebody? Just don't tell anybody that I said that.
Yeah, right. Well, keep it a secret. I got you.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll keep it
Okay.
a secret.
All right, guys.
All right.
you have a
All right.
good
We'll
one.
see you next week. All right.
All right.
That
That was your
was
gold
your
winner.
gold winner. Now we'll go
Always
to
a
your
pleasure to interview.
Yep, Herbert's always fun. And now we'll have Dave Tilford, Mason Smith, and Ricky Renner to interview. It'll be a fun top three. So let's see if we
Yep.
can get Dave in here.
Dave, how you doing? Welcome to the booth. It's Alan and Jack. How was your
Hey.
race?
Hey, Alan and Jack.
How's it
Doing
going?
well. How are you guys?
We're doing
Going well.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was a fun race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was exciting. Looks like everyone got at least some kind of battle going on, and looks like your battle at the end there with Morgan Smith got pretty spicy toward the end. You want to walk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I made a mistake in the first stint that put me behind three or four guys, and made my decision making a little difficult because I didn't have the draft anymore either. So I just had to kind of figure out how to fuel save on my own without the draft. Luckily, I was able to get a couple laps extra and came out of the pits just ahead of them. And I think they were probably on fresher tires. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was interesting at the end.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, you don't. I mean, you really essentially don't even have to chase them down. Just get them with the pit strategy, right? That's pretty much what you went with tonight.
Yeah, yeah. The Porsche is not the fastest in a straight line this season, and I've only really driving it because driving it. I'm kind of locked into it in another league that we just ran last night, and
Oh, okay.
so I don't really want to go away from it for that reason. So yeah, I
Yeah.
probably would have picked like a Lambo or a McLaren or Acura or something. Probably not the Acura, to be honest. It's horribly understeery this season, but something with a little more grunt maybe would have been good. But that's okay. It makes it a lot of fun either way. It's just fun to get out and race with these guys, and everyone has the same opportunity. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
How do you feel about Road Atlanta? Is this one of your top favorite tracks or least favorite tracks or?
I enjoy this track. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's got a lot of interesting corners. I still, for the life of me, can't really figure out turn 2 on the top of the hill, the blind corner. I swear I mess it up
Okay.
so often. That's what happened tonight. I kind of broke too late and ended up going off, and trying to rejoin with guys behind you at that point was horrible. So I'm hope I didn't cause anyone to crash at that point, luckily, but that was awful. But yeah, I like the track overall. It's a lot of fun. It encourages a lot of close racing, and um, some tempers flared on the radios tonight, but
Yeah.
I think that's partly to do with this track and the really tight racing through like the S's and stuff. It's really difficult with lap traffic, so that causes some angst from time to time here.
Absolutely. Well, what about Virginia International? You excited for that track next week?
Yeah, I am. And it's not everyone's favorite track. It's skinny. It has, similar to this track, it has some sections where you're really not going to be able to pass. So lap traffic's going to be interesting. There's a lot of sections with blind corners that catch some people out from time to time. So it's a challenging track, and I'd say this track here is kind of a mini VIR, if you will,
Yeah.
a little shorter, but kind of similar tracks week to week here. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
Awesome. Well, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
Yeah, just thanks to you guys in the booth for doing the broadcast, and for all the racers out there tonight, for everyone out there watching, and always to my family for putting up with me disappearing in the evening sometimes to do this. So I think that's about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. We'll see you next week at VIR.
Yep. See you guys.
All right,
All
Dave
right.
Tilford, your third place finisher, and now we'll get Mason Smith, your second place by 7 thousandths of a second. So super close right there. So let's get him in here.
Mason, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack in the booth.
I'm doing all right.
Wow, just wow! What a race!
See,
Um,
I thought we were supposed to get a pretty big gap at the finish there or whatever. You weren't predicting a 7 or 5 thousandths finish, whatever it ended up being at the end there, huh?
Nope, not at all.
Oh man.
So just talk us through. How about you just talk us through your strategy? Because it looked like you were behind Ricky for most of the race, and you guys were, you weren't even taking the same pit strategy, which I think is the exact same circumstance that you guys were in last week. So yeah, just walk us through your strategy or how your race was.
Well, he was ahead of me on fuel, on like fuel saving and such. So like on the first stint, I barely would have made another lap, but I had to pit, and there was like 2 like back marker cars in front, so I was like, not worth the risk. So I just went in and took like was it the undercut? Yeah, on the
Mhm.
first up, and just took 3 tires and make sure they got warmed up, and then I see Ricky like he took tires, but he only took the lefts. That's why I hurt. And
Okay.
that's when after the first stop, it's like, okay, it's go time. You just need to like hammer down and just catch him, and things will be okay. And it almost worked out.
Yeah.
Almost isn't quite a big enough word for how close that finish was.
Yeah,
that was
unbelievable. I mean, we were watching, we were watching from camera one, both you guys coming out of the last turn, and we just couldn't tell at all. We
Yeah.
could not tell who was ahead. We had to basically just wait and then look at the actual times to see who won the race because of the fact that you guys were so close coming out of that last turn. I mean, it looked like you got the run on him too coming up the hill because of the circumstance there. Yeah, but I mean, either way, a great performance. Wow, you guys put on a great show tonight. So
I'm gonna get that final little lap on. Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
was super fun racing to watch.
Oh, I'm sure it was from the broadcast, because like I thought, yeah, like I just thought maybe if I just stay on the inside, because I know he's gonna defend, and then immediately jump to the racing line and just try and put my car on like alongside just enough to where he has to like respect for room.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like coming out of that final turn, it's like, oh god, who's like, I'm just praying like that
Where you're at
would,
6.
Yeah,
that it sticks.
Yeah.
I got
That
it
it
on a
sticks,
replay
because
right
we
now.
don't go.
Yeah,
We don't have it
Yeah.
like.
There's actually a little bit of contact that you guys had too, right there, coming toward that final corner. That's
Yeah, I was trying to keep it straight,
Yeah,
making sure he doesn't like go off or anything. But as long as I like use that inside line advantage, and it's still he got the better speed off that corner.
yeah. He just had a little
Yeah.
more momentum at the end, and that was just enough room with the finish right there. Wow, what a crazy finish.
Yep.
But-
All right. Well, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
Well, to Ricky for a great race for one. But I thank y'all to y'all on the broadcast, and some of the family that watches at home.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks for the interview, Mason, and we'll see you at VRR next week.
See you next week, mate.
All right. Bye. This is Mason Smith, your P2 winner.
Yep. And we can.
Now we got your winner for tonight. That's Road Atlanta, Ricky Renner. Get him in here.
All right.
Ricky, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack.
You know, just living on cloud 9 right now.
I bet.
So I gotta know, man. It looked like you were defending Mason for almost the entire race. Was there any pressure there, or were you trying not to even pay attention to him, or because it looked like you had, especially after your guys' pit strategy, you had a little bit of a gap to him, and then he kind of catch up to you, and then you guys kind of run into lap traffic. So just walk us through that.
Pressure. Was it close?
No, it wasn't that close at all. I think you
didn't
won
notice.
by like a lap. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I looked in my rearview mirror and I didn't see anyone behind me.
I mean, I'm sure you finished it with like 50,000, millimeters right there. So that's a pretty big
Yes,
number.
I mean, I looked in the rearview and I didn't see anybody behind me. Could have been because he was directly beside me, but no, it was really fun. It was kind of an awkward start with Dom getting, DC'd there. It was kind of weird, and I felt
Yeah.
a little awkward moving up a row and going from third to essentially first and having the inside in the turn. So I kind of just stayed about half a car back and definitely put myself in a favorable position to stay P2 there. But I just wanted to make sure like he got out front. And once we got going, I was like, all right, well, I can start fuel saving pretty heavily here. And then after, I don't know, maybe like 5 laps or so, it seemed like he caught on to that's what I was doing. So then he also started fuel saving. But I was like looking at my fuel usage and I'm like, I'm barely going to get this extra lap that I don't know if he's going to be able to.
Yeah.
Which should help a little bit. But then like on the first pit stop, he pulled in and I went one more lap, but I was stuck actually behind like 3 cars. So I was worried that it was actually going to hurt a little bit. But it worked out. And the first pit stop, I took left side tires only just because the lefts get beat up really bad there.
Mhm.
And I was kind of thinking if I take them, we're both fuel saving a lot, so we're probably going to continue that on the next stint. So I'm not going to lose too much on my outlap. And it ended up being a good call. The left sides were pretty nice. You could still keep pacing the right side, but the rights don't wear too much there. And then after that last pit stop, I took an extra lap of fuel just because we'd been fuel saving, and I knew that we were probably going to have to go flat out to the end there. And once he was gaining, like, it was like a 10th a lap, he would kill me in turn 2 and 3, and then I would get like a 10th back at the very end. So it was like a 10th a lap, but then once he got to like 0.8, it was just instantly the gaps closed. Once you get the draft on that back straight and down the start straight, you close the gap so quick. And it was a little bit of a nail biter for the last 2 laps. And it was just, it's really cool to win it, but the racing like that is so much fun and it's really cool. So I was just trying to make sure I left him enough space and kept my car on the track. And I didn't want to give him it, but we had to make it a fight. But
Yeah, had to make it
that
look
was just
close
really
anyway.
cool. Like,
I mean,
like, props to
either
him for keeping
way,
it clean.
yeah, I mean, you too, man. Either way, you guys made it so entertaining because of the fact that you guys, I mean, obviously because you guys were close, but neither one of you were making, dirty moves to each other or anything like that. I mean, you guys never are. You're really respectful towards each other, and I think that you don't see that in racing hardly ever. You know what I mean? So the fact that you won in a very clean manner, in a very respectable manner, it just shows the amount of performance you have with racing. I mean, it's way up there.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of mutual respect there, and like we both like to race that way, and that's the only way that works right there is if both people are willing to be clean. It's not often that you finish 7th 1,000ths ahead of somebody and still have 0x because they didn't just send it into you in the last turn.
Yep. And then not to mention doing that for, I think this is the 3rd race this season where you guys had to finish less than a 10th or even 100th of a second off.
Yeah, it was like it's back-to-back weekends. It was 0.015 last week, and then we decided to cut it in half this week. So.
We were talking to Mason about that, and he's like, "Yeah, with that final corner, I'm not really seeing much of a close finish." And then you guys pull that out, and I'm like, "All right, well, that just went out the window, so that's cool."
Yeah, it was really cool to be a part of that one. So. I do have to say it would be pretty heartbreaking if the finish was the other way around and I lost it by 0.007 after, last week's finish, drag race to the finish, and then he gets it right at the end. If he got me again, it'd be pretty heartbreaking, but it'd still be really fun.
Yep. Well, you guys are tick for tack right now, so let's see a tiebreaker at the end of the season.
Yeah, there we go. We got another good one. We got another good one next week with a long straightaway coming down the stretch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then another long straight to the finish. Maybe we can cut it in half again.
We'll be keeping a hawk eye on both you guys when it comes to that. Just like the last couple of races that you guys have done. So, how do you feel about VIR? Do you feel pretty good about that track?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But it was also kind of like Road Atlanta.
Yeah.
I raced one IMSA race this week just for some practice on the track, and was like, "Yep, I'm out of here." Not really a big fan. And then sometimes it just, something clicks and it works out, and you're like, "Okay, yeah, not so bad." Still not my favorite track, but that's kind of how I am with VIR. There's the S's, the middle of the track, and then that left-hander before the oak tree, and both of those are just like on your toes every time you go through there, and if you're not on the edge, then you're losing time. So
Yeah.
it's it's all right. I think it'll be a good race, and just hopefully we adapt well and it goes good.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you got anything else for him, Jack?
Yeah, man, I think we're gonna have to start putting up some bets here pretty soon with your finishing times and finishing orders. I mean, we're going to get something going here. Core partnering with I don't know, Stake or something like that, or see something. Because you guys are just always doing a crazy
Get some odds
finish.
on it.
Yeah, it's it's super
But
exciting.
that's always good. It gives people a reason to stick around on the broadcast till the very end.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But no, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Another fantastic race from you guys, and looking forward to see you guys race in Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, you have a good night.
All right. That was your winner here tonight at Road Atlanta, Ricky Renner. It looks like we got Evan Dyes waiting in the broadcast room.
Oh yeah, let's get him in here.
Yeah. Evan, how you doing? Welcome to the booth. It's Alan Jack.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Pretty
Hey, congratulations tonight. On
Thank you,
your finish for rookie. Really far up there.
Let's see. Yeah,
P
finishing 8th right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
P8. Congratulations. You want to walk us through your race?
It was actually a pretty uneventful race, to be honest. I mean, I stayed out of contact with anyone for the first time this season, whether my
Yeah.
fault or otherwise.
It looked like
just-
you had a couple battles though, didn't you? With the I think it was with James Molyneux a little bit, wasn't it? And Austin
at the
Dilts?
beginning, I had a battle with James, and I think he kind of just let me by. To be honest, it's what it felt like. He said something over the comms, and I didn't catch what he said, but I just got him coming out of turn 7, I think is what it is. The second right-hander coming onto the back straight.
Yeah.
And then with Austin, oh man, that was frustrating. I was doing everything I could to stay behind him, and there was nothing I could do.
Yeah, Austin had some pace tonight, and he was making a charge.
Yeah, I knew I was losing time through the turn 5 sequence every single time, coming out of the S's. And it just, even in the draft on the straight, it felt like he was just walking away from me in that Mercedes.
Yeah, no, that Mercedes has a lot of good power going down that straight, especially compared to
Yeah, I
the
found that
Acura.
out last week at Daytona, that it definitely, the NSX at least, is not that good in straight line speed.
Yeah, we even heard some people say it just struggles with performance in general, has a lot of understeer, things like that. Is that what you find?
It is a bit understeer, but I feel like with the way I drive, I'm able to deal with it, I guess.
Yep.
That's the way I'd put it.
Yep, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's always nice
Um,
having those cars that suit your driving style like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Road Atlanta? Do you feel pretty comfortable with this track, or is it not so much one of your favorite tracks? Or
Definitely on the the middle of my track list.
okay,
No, that makes
All
sense. Yeah, it's
I am looking forward to VIR next week, though.
yeah,
You know,
you love VRR. That's good.
It's my home track.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
that's awesome. I
Racing
think
in
you're
your
one of
backyard.
one of the few people that likes VIR. I mean, personally, I like VIR. I think Jack likes VIR as
Yeah, I
well,
love it.
but it's not
Never got
everybody's
to
favorite track. So
never got to drive on in real life yet, but one day.
yeah, awesome.
But cool. Well, anyone give a shout out to or thanks?
I just like to shout out everyone for being good, wholesome group of guys.
Yeah, we're glad.
Yeah,
It's
core,
always
core is definitely a very tight knit kind of
yeah,
group.
the core
Yeah, I've
GT
definitely
group is
been in-
awesome.
I've definitely been in some other leagues that were not as nice.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta take a look at the leaders. With that finish, you'll have to go back and watch the broadcast because it's pretty
definitely will.
intense. So, and I believe we got some footage of you in there as well. So you'll definitely have to go back and watch that.
Yep,
So,
I definitely will.
All right. Well, thank you, Evan. Thanks for the interview, and we'll see you next week at VIR.
I'll see you then.
Okay.
Right, night.
Bye.
All right.
Cool. That was your.
What do you think, Jack?
That was your whole field.
What a
That was cool.
boring race, right? Oh man.
Yeah, I think we just scratched this one off the calendar and then just look forward to VIR. No, that was really fun. Of course, a great battle at the end. Got a little dry toward the middle, but no, we just got to trust the drivers to put on some good shows at the end, and of course they delivered just as they always do.
Yep. Definitely want to give a shout out to and a thanks to our sponsor, chasedecals.com. If you got a chance, go check them out.
Yep, we appreciate them every time we get out here on track, and thanks for helping us put this on. Without them, this wouldn't really be possible. So
Yep.
thank you to those
And without
guys.
you guys as well.
Yep, of course to the
So
viewers
thank you,
and all the
everyone
racers.
watching.
So
Yep, and we'll see you guys next week at VIR.
Yep, you guys have a good one.